Mac. How you doing today? Oh man, remember I don't predict the future. I help you guys plan it. Okay, and I use my astrology, my affirmation, and my aromatherapy to do so. See, this is not just something I do on the side. It is something that I've been doing for a long time. So I want to say, hey now, okay, to anybody that is tuning in for the first time. Thank you so much. Like I said, I'm spiritual coach Ari Mack. I don't predict the future. I help you plan it. And I use my techniques of affirmations, aromatherapy, and my astrology. I'm surgical with this. Okay. And what that does is basically I read the stars and you write your story. It's like having a personal coach to give you insight. You still got to make your own decisions. You still have free will. So thank you for joining me today. Today's topic is for the fire signs. That's my Aries, my Leos, and my Sagittarius. I have a special message for you because as I was going through my GAP program, my guided astrology program, I realized that for the fire signs, it's a little bit different emphasis. It's a little different emphasis because when you have this much fire coming down from the heavens, you do need to understand that you got to have some guidelines. Okay, and so what I do is I look at each of the signs and I look at how the planets are affecting them, right? We've been in a Leo cycle. Jupiter just went into Leo. It's sun sign Leo. I think Mercury's going to be there soon. A lot of Leo. But that's because we need to kickstart our egos. Guys, we need to take better care of our minds, bodies, and spirits if we want to do better. Okay. Unfortunately, there is a dark element in this world. It is. And it's usually cowardly based or sneakily based. It's never upfront. They always want to behind the scenes circumvent and mislead. So it's your job to gain your confidence and fire. This is why I love fire. They have that confidence because even if they're not sure, they're like the heroes would do something, right? What's the difference between a hero and a coward? There's only one difference. And I'll bring that back a little bit later on. Hey, Paul, thanks for joining. So, for my fire signs right now, with my Leo, my Aries, and my Sagittarius, you guys are in the hot seat. I mean, you got Jupiter sitting in Leo, Saturn sitting in Aries, Neptune sitting in Aries. Oh, my name is Noah. I'm sorry because it says Paul Hutchinson. You're 10? Oh, 10 years old? I'm I'm not gonna ask. As long as you have your parents' permission, that's where I'm. Rashid, hello. Thanks for joining. I'm spiritual coach Ari Mack. I don't predict the future. I help you plan it. Okay. I read the stars, but you guys create the story. And I felt this episode needed to be dedicated to my fire signs. That's my Aries, my Leos, and my Sagittarius. Because as I was going through the charts, there's so much energy dealing with action. All the other signs, earth, water, air, will be affected, but fire will be affected the most. Fire will be affected the most because all three of the fire signs are so heavily represented for a full year. Okay, gotta go. Bye. Okay, bye, Paul. Thanks for joining. I mean, excuse me, Noah. Thanks for joining. Here's the deal. As we transition into Virgo, happy birthday, Virgos. Let me know if I have any Virgos in the house. And guys, let me know where you're also seeing me from while I'm live. Okay? Like, give me a thumbs up and don't forget to like my other videos. Actually, I will stay anyway. Oh, okay. Thanks for staying. So, here's what's happening. Every time we shift into a new element, fire's got to take on a new, like, accessory. You know, accessory? Okay, accessories if you got a badass dress, but you want to make sure your ears and your jewelry and your makeup match. That's an accessory. Okay. So right now, with all of this fire, the accessory is going to be this Virgo energy. Happy birthday, Virgos. All right. And with this Virgo energy, what it's going to ask us to do is to get more detailed. Yeah, you got to pay attention to what you're saying and what you're doing. You can't just willy nilly just boast some things out there. It's just Happy belated birthday to you, Noah. I hope you had a beautiful day. Now, for my Aries, this is my fire sign, my first of the Aries, the first fire sign, Aries. I need you guys to pay attention to the details of your work. I'm going to say it again. I need you to pay attention to the details of how you work. Okay? Because the details you can overlook or hand them off and end up later on having to pay more money. So, Aries, even though I know you want to move at the speed of sound, slow your ass down. And I need you to look at the details of the contracts, what you're committing to, your work schedule. Hell, I even need you to go over a weekly menu plan to at least plan one meal every day next week. Trust and believe me, Aries, you'll be very happy you did. Because you need to have this regulation as we go into Virgo. Virgo is meticulous. It's a meticulous zodiac sign. It's the most meticulous of all of the earth signs. Okay? Because actually, what happens is when you put that energy in, okay, you get the energy out. So if you can make sure that your assets, okay, are on the right side, and you know what I mean, assets, Aries, you'll be very happy. You'll be very happy. Now, for my Leos, did you have a nice birthday? Are you enjoying yourself? Because, see, Leo, you got to stop paying attention to people that are playing games with you. Now, I have a lot of personal friends who are Leo, so I'm looking at the specific Leo chart, and your ego has been abused, Leo. You have been taken advantage of. There's a lower frequency that's running around you that you need to let go of. Okay. So for my Leos, stop dinking around with people that aren't worth your time. They aren't worth your energy. They're not going to help you do anything. If anything, they're going to waste your time. They're going to waste your energy. And then they're going to say, well, why didn't you do that? I don't know why you're confused. That kind of thing. Don't let them do it to you, Leo. Just start separating from people that are not equal or balanced. You'd be very surprised because you know what happens, Leo? You stick around too long and they hurt your feelings. Yeah. You expect them to see something or be better than. What if they're just idiots? You ever thought about that, Leo? That maybe perhaps they're just not very good people and you need to keep that in mind? All right. So separate, Leo. All right. Now for my Sagittarius. Okay. I know. I have a good day. Sag, you're feeling very generous. You're feeling like, oh, I could do anything. I could try anything. I can make an effort. Sag, would you stop saying yes to everything? Would you just stop saying yes to everything? Literally, Sagittarius, can you say, let me look into it? Let me check into that. Let me evaluate that. Can you actually just put a little time and a little effort, okay, to learning a little bit more before you say yes? Hi, Edgar from Brazil. Oh my goodness. Thanks for joining. Appreciate it. Don't forget to like and subscribe, okay? Like, follow, share. And then grab some free information. And I'll put it in my link at the end of the show. But thank you so much for joining today, okay? If you had a job, you wouldn't be at home bored doing live show. Oh, Jay, you're so cute. You are so cute. God bless you, Jay. Unfortunately, you're always going to have a troll or two because unfortunately there are people with this fire energy who just want to say silly things for absolutely no reason. Oh, thank you, Edgar. I appreciate your like. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. So with this fire energy, that's why it's important that we protect ourselves from nonsense. Because let me tell you something, negative energy likes confusion. They thrive on trying to redirect you, deflect you. All you gotta do is stand in your truth. Please don't time me. Jay, if you're going to be rude, I'm going to block you because I do not need you to be horrible to me while I'm live. Can you follow that rule? Give me a thumbs up. And if you can stay. Oh, you like my channel? Thank you so much, Edgar. I appreciate it because we're growing. We're growing. I am going to be doing more action because with all this fire, it's giving me inspiration to kind of go out. So I'm actually getting new equipment so I can film myself. Like tonight, I'm going to be outdoor cooking and I have this little jacuzzi thing on happening. Are you a woman of God? Jay, what do you think? If you have to ask the question, leave the just leave the live because that's a silly, silly question. So as we get into the next, like let's say 25 days, okay? I am from LA, Edgar, Los Angeles, California, USA. Woo, 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 USA. Okay. So as we get into this next 25 days and we got this Virgo energy happening to us, here's some recommendations because it's meticulous. Virgo is about being particular. Virgos do not like mess. They do not like discord. They like organization. They like function. Healthy Virgos. Now, whenever I'm speaking, guys, I'm only speaking about the healthy aspect. There is a lower form. Everybody has one. That is not what I'm speaking of. Okay. So remember that as a take, as a food for thought. Now, you have to watch what you're saying. You have to watch what you're saying. Just like JJ here is trying to be good, which I appreciate if he's still in the room, but you don't have to come at somebody in a negative way and say really rude things because if you just listen to them, you will either pick up on their vibe or not. Vibration is going to be very strong now. You can feel it before you can see it. You can smell it before you can hear it. It's just a vibe. And I want you guys to tune into that vibe. So listen to your affirmations. What am I affirming to? What am I asking to manifest in my life? Now, this message is specifically for the fire. That's Earth, fire. That's Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. But where you have those planets in your chart, it's going to affect you. Like I have Aries rising, Venus in Aries, Mars in Sagittarius. California, USA, speak Spanish. Poquito Spanish. I'm Spanish on my mom's side, but I don't speak it fluently, but I understand what's being said. It's very interesting. My mom used to speak Spanish very fast because she could. So, sorry, Paquito Spanish. Okay. So, when I looked at how this energy was going to affect me, I said, you know what? I need to talk about this. If you have, let's say, a fire moon, that's a Leo, Sag, or Aries moon, you're going to be moving. Hey, SF, thanks for joining, champ. Appreciate you. Okay, you're going to feel that energy. Okay, you're going to want to do stuff. You're going to be creative. Make sure you're putting it where you're getting something back: time, money, joy, something. Now, for my air signs, that's my Aquarius, Libra, and Gemini. If you have a positioning in that moon, okay, oh, y'all speak Portuguese. Is that Spanish or is that its own unique language? Answer me that, Edgar, because I'm curious. So if your moon is in an air sign, you're also going to feel creative because air and fire, it's sextiles. It works very well together. So expect all the air signs to feel extra special, feel extra frisky. You may even want to take on more projects. I'm going to ask you to once again time manage. You got to time manage. Okay. Now, if you need help with affirmations, I created affirmation astrology, like astrology affirmations, literally an affirmation for every single zodiac sign based on what I see is going on in the charts right now. Okay. And you can get that for free. I'll put the link in the bio, but you also can go to candlesbyari.com and look for astrology affirmations. They're absolutely free. There's one for each zodiac sign. All right, so you can pick and choose what works for you. But I'm just telling you that affirmation is going to be important. It's going to be very important so that you know what you're affirming to. Like I'm asking for a great deal of money, nice honey, because I'm dating, I'm meeting new people, and more importantly, my health. I want to stay very lean, trim, healthy, and get my book out in a successful way to reach the massive audience. Because I feel like we need more positive thinking, more metaphysical thinking that's not religious based, but just self help. Am I thinking properly? Do I believe that I am better than this? Do I deserve better in my life? Am I accepting BS because that's all I know? These are things you got to ask yourself. Give me a thumbs up in the chat if I'm making sense. Mhm. Now, um, now we do have a couple of classes. I have two more classes coming up for the end of the month. One's going to be the astrology 101, where I talk more in detail about each planet and each sign. Last week we were talking about the moon. Uh, thank you, Edgar. I try to be very clear, very specific, and very pronunciation wise, because I do remember that from my bilingual classes. Pronunciation is important. So we got the astrology 101 class that's going to be on the 29th of this month at 3 o'clock Pacific Standard Time. Okay, that's like a $35 class, about an hour and a half, about 90 minutes. But you also get a chance to interact. And if I have time, I will look in your chart and tell you whatever the position that we're working on, how that affects you personally. So it's a really good class if you want to know more about self. And then the last class of this month would be on the 30th, which is mindful guided meditation. Okay. Now this class deal with all the inner space. You don't talk, you just sit and listen, and it's like a chiropractor for your spirit. Because sometimes we need to just make some adjustment and hear what's going on within ourselves. That's also a 55-minute class. Also, all my classes are through Zoom. So they're on an international basis, and I do record them. So even if you register the class, say you register and you don't make it, just let me know and I will send you a copy of the class so you still have that in your repertoire through Zoom. Okay. Now, a beautiful thing about what I've done is that I have a program called The Gap, the Guided Astrology Program. It's The Gap. And that program's normally $29.99 a month for the base, where you just get access to a class for free. So those classes I just talked about that are $35 each, you can get in there for free. Okay. Because if it's a member of the Gap, which is on sale for the first month for $9.99. That's it. You get your weekly updates, your weekly information, and you decide how to use it. Now, a lot of my first time students re listen, they just listen to the information over and over again. Same thing with the meditations, they just play them in the background because that's how you absorb information. That's how we learned. When you were a baby, you couldn't talk, you couldn't see, you couldn't feel, you couldn't touch. All you knew was your mother's smell and your intuition if you were safe, because that's all you had. And we survived. Looked at us. I'm more of a Christian, but I do respect all religion. I think Muslims beautiful. They There's a lot of religions that I've studied, and I respect them all. Me personally, I'm more metaphysical because I do believe in the power of the mind and the spoken word. And I was reared Baptist in the South, which means I got the hell beat out of me if I didn't follow certain rules. So I do understand. My first, 5 to 10 years on this planet, I went to Bible study every single Sunday, but it was fun. My grandmother and my friends, they made it interesting. So I respect the Bible. I love the Bible. I have nothing but respect and honor everything that says. But we also need to move to where we are now, which is being able to speak to each other and respect differences. And that's so important for us to grow as people. Because really, we can't control nobody. Think about it. When it's all said and done, behind closed doors, people do whatever they want to do, and they don't have to discuss it with you. I just ask everybody try to be respectful and not that bully stuff where my religion's better than yours. Hey, it's different. Okay. As long as you respect mine, I respect yours. I mean, at least that's the way it should be. But there's a level of anger that's coming out right now because of this fire. And I need you guys to not feel bad because somebody else doesn't feel good about whatever's going on in their lives. Your job is to take care of yourself right now. Take care of your mentals, take care of your family, and not go into depression, doubt, and just ugliness. There's a lot of beauty in this world, way more beauty than people want to give credit. And unfortunately, we get overstimulated by silly shit. That's the truth. Dramas, I mean, dramas is like the number one thing on TV and motion pictures. And I have a friend who's addicted to Spanish Chinese dramas from the 70s. I shid you not. Every time I go to her house, she's playing one of those in the background. It is Chinese, translated in Spanish, and she's sitting there watching it. She says this helps her with her Mandarin. I don't know. It kind of drives me crazy when I'm there, but it is what it is. It brings her joy. I think it's a little over the top, but hey, to each his own. Okay. If I'm in her house, I do as she does. That's what we have to learn. And this subconscious, like, I don't understand, you do understand. You're just going to have to go within and own it. Okay. Now, those have been with me before. Do you see anything different at the top? Anything? That candle is actually burning. I know it doesn't seem like a hot flame, but that one's actually burning. Oh, Jesus does bless me, Edgar. I have a very charmed life. I get to do a lot of things that other people would like to do. My family's in good health. My immediate family is not in any need. And I am thankful that I know how to grow my own food. I know how to create my own herbs. I understand aromatherapy and I understand the power of the spoken word, which is why I do what I do as a spiritual life coach. It doesn't go against anybody's religion as long as it's positive. Now, if you're thinking on some negative, hurting people, I am not you. I am not with you. I cannot identify with you because I don't believe you need to destroy another person to receive your blessings. And if that's what you believe, hey, there's nothing, I can't help you with that. Simple as that. Now, fire, look, I may follow the stars, but you create the story. And right now, with this fire coming down from this high above, you need to get my free reports. I already talked about the affirmations for each sign, but I also have a free report for each zodiac sign. And it includes affirmations, some aromatherapy, and it's like a prelude to what I do with the GAP program. The GAP goes into more details on a weekly. You hear more of what's happening in my observation, and you get to work it. Rio de Janeiro. Ooh, the new pope came from Brazil. So big ups. I would like to travel to Brazil and Greece in the next 2 years. That's one of my personal goals because both of those places have special meaning to me. Brazil because one of my friends speaks so highly of it. I just want to see the beauty. And Greece, I think I'm in love with the Spartans, the Leonidas story. I was totally into Greek mythology as a kid, as with astrology and numerology. It was just some things I found interesting. I was a kid that would go to the library in the astrology section and stay there all day. All right, this is when you could leave your kid at the library and it was safe. It wasn't babysitting. I pull all the books down, read them all, and put them back. It was beautiful feeding from my mind. Little did I know it was laying the foundation of my education about what I do now. So get my reports and check it out for yourself. Okay, I'm also working on a book and it's a labor of love because I know it's going to be so well received because I know people are looking for positive vibrational energy, and that's what I look for. That's what I am drawn to. Okay, I don't. We don't need no more drama. We don't need one more person telling us what we are not good at and what we should do to improve ourselves. How about you start with your mind, your heart, being of thanks. If I'm making sense, please give me a thumbs up because it all starts within you. So here's what I'm gonna do. I always put up something every day as a positive thought for astrology, examples of food. I am going to be extending that more because I want to, but like I said, I need to get more equipment so it doesn't bounce around because my arms are only so long. But if you follow me and you like what you're hearing, please share it with a friend who also could use some positive, uplifting information. And I am available for one on ones. I do natal charts, I do group meditations, I do one on one meditations, but you have to communicate. You have to extend yourself, you have to participate. Nobody can make you do anything. Yeah, people can coerce you into doing a lot of things, but making you do it and you're wanting to do it, two very different things, correct? Now, Candles by Ari, I have a candle theme for each month. This month is the pink candle right there. It's considered hot pink and it's love. Look it up on my in my website. It's my color chart. Love, pure love. It's sweet because love should be sweet and innocent. I speak Portuguese, Spanish, and English. So Portuguese is a different lingo than Spanish. Thank you for that clarification. I was not sure. I don't know if Spanish and Portuguese, because we got Ebonics over here. So we got the English and then our own language and then our broken language and Spanglish and all that stuff. So thank you. Thank you for that confirmation that Portuguese and Spanish are two different languages. Good to know. Now, moving forward, moving forward. Next month, we're going to have the canary yellow. You see where my finger is right there? That's going to be the candle of the month. And that's going to be a communication candle. It's got lemon verbena in it. It's got some lavender sage in it. And it keeps your voice clear, keeps your communications open. Now, a couple more things before I go. All right. Like I said, with the Aries, slow down, look at your details before you sign anything, and time manage. I need you to plan your food. Leo, stop spending time with people that are full of BS. They're taking your time, they're not doing anything. Leave their asses alone. I need you to move toward people that are helping you, pushing you, and encouraging your career. And Sagittarius, stop saying yes to everybody. Stop saying, yes, I can do it. Yes, I'll help you. No. Say, let me look into it. Say, let me get back to you. Stop saying yes, Sagittarius, or you're going to get your ass in a lot of trouble because then you're overextended and everybody gets mad at you because you said yes. So just say, let me look into it. Let me consider it. Okay. Now, look, this energy is going to be going on for 1 full year. If you want to manage that energy to success, because I don't predict the future, I help you plan it. Okay. I read the stars, but you guys create the stories. And once you have that information around you, you can make a better choice every single time. But you got to get into it. You got to own it. Now, I'm on all social medias from TikTok to YouTube, here on YouTube, uh, Facebook, and Instagram. I'm not a hardcore, I don't know, that other Twix tweeter or whatever, because I don't understand it. All right. I'm more of a visual content creator. And with my company and my products, I try to harvest people's energy to push them where they need to be. That's why I'm offering you the free material so you can start there. See, every little step you take is going to move you towards your goal. And we have the fire coming down. And fire, I am so proud of you. I would love for you guys to keep me posted as to what's going on. I've had 3 fire clients come back to me over the last 25 years that have disappeared for up to 10. They just pop up and say, hey, Ari, they've been following me online. I know they're in my database because I send out stuff weekly, but you never know who's listening until they actually show up. So I'm going to ask you guys to like, follow, share, and subscribe. Please grab your free reports. Okay, you can go to candlesbyari.com. I will leave them in the link below, but you got to use them. I can talk to you all day, but until you initiate taking new thoughts in, reading information, or just being open to suggestions, it's all moot. It goes nowhere. It goes in and it just sits. So I'm going to challenge you. Download my free information, all of my reports. Use them. I dare you to read them 1 time every day. Just read through them. You can even scan it, but do the affirmation. Do me that. Make sure the affirmation is highlighted. And then I want you to observe. Just observe vibrationally what happens to you. Are things getting worse? Are things getting better? Are you calmer? I mean, I want you to do your own homework to tell me what you think. Look, this is just an experiment. If it works, cool, fine, and great. If it doesn't, no harm, no foul. But if you can spend some time taking in positive information, saying it to yourself so you create that vibration around you. Hey, Naima, how you doing, girly? What do you have to lose? A little bit of time and a little bit of effort. And like I said, this fire that's coming down, I would like all my fire signs to just go ahead and get rock hard, get yoked up, go get your outfits that you did, whatever it takes, and you walk in that room like I own this. Mm-hmm. You understand? Like I own this. bow down because they will fire. If you have the confidence, you gotta have the confidence. I ain't gonna lie. I love that getting that shit done. So I'm not an instigator. I'm an intrusion. I'm an illusion. I come because this is fun for me. And more importantly, I think that we have a lot to give each other in this world. So I'm going to go because I don't want to overextend myself here. Thank you, Edgar, for joining in. Thank you, Noah. Thank you, Nye. Thank you, all you guys that are listening in the background. Mwah, mwah, mwah. Please like, follow, share, subscribe. Let's just try that challenge. Just try it. I dare you to download my positive reports for free. I dare you to read them once a day, just at your leisure. You can even scan it. And then next week at this time, jump back in and tell me if you see any difference. And if you don't, hey, but I want you to be sincere. If you take this challenge on, and I'm challenging my fire, my Aries, my Leo, and my Sagittarius, to just feed yourself something positive once a day and see what happens. You got nothing to lose by saying something positive, guys. And you got everything to lose by continuing to do the same dumb shit. Your choice. All right. It's spiritual coach Ari Mack. I don't I read the stars, but you create the story. And you got to remember, you are blessed. The fact that you can hear me now and sit and listen, that's a blessing because not everybody has it. All right. All right, you know where I am. You know where the information is. Please, please stay blessed. And I'll see you next week.